sultan of spaghetti, the maestro of mozzarella, the diva of dough. She's the best chef in New York.
Hey, the food is here.
Okay, I guess just in our house. But you know what? My ma is the best cook in our family.
This sauce is incredible, I swear to God. Oh, say hallelujah, hallelujah, son.
The problem is, all she cooks and eats is Italian.
Why is that a problem, Ben?
Because there's so many other different kinds of foods you can learn how
But
to
why
make.
is it a problem, Ben?
My mother came from Sicily when she was 10, and she spent her whole life caring for others and raising me and my sisters. She's never gotten to leave home or explore anything new. So I'm taking her across the country on an epic food road trip.
You know everything's bigger in Texas, right?
Even the map is big. I can't even open it.
Isn't it pretty badass that I travel with my mom?
To taste
Oh, my God.
and discover
I've never seen that. That's crazy.
Ma, chill.
the craziest,
I saved the best pieces for you.
most delicious food she has never tried before.
Try it.
You try it. Insects. You know how I am with that stuff. I feel like there's some in my throat.
Oh, man.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Vinny Ma.
Oh,
Make
stop.
some noise.
Nice to meet you.
Guys, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on this show, which is tons and tons of fun. Real quick, yesterday was Super Bowl Sunday, right?
Yep.
Now, this poses a conflict in an Italian household because you have to have Sunday dinners, but you also have to watch the game. How did you guys resolve? What did we do yesterday? How did it work out?
Well, usually it's a Sunday, like you know. So we start off with the pasta and meatballs and all that stuff. That's at like 3 o'clock.
Right, that's the appetizer.
Exactly.
Very familiar with the process.
So for dessert, we have buffalo wings and nachos and all the Super Bowl food. And then usually it just all like gathers together and you're eating pasta with the buffalo wing. And it's like a metaphor of my life.
Yeah, for sure.
The Italian with the American.
You're wrapping pasta around wings and just trying new combinations.
That's disgusting. But something like that.
No, you wouldn't allow that
Come on,
to
the
happen.
microphone.
Are you? Oh yeah.
microphone.
Gotta keep it close. Are you cooking all this food, Ma? Are you making the pasta? You making the wings?
Yes, absolutely.
See, now I'm intrigued by that. Do you make wings, or do you stick to purely Italian
I
cuisine?
make the best wings.
No way.
I really do. I've learned to, right? Don't
Yeah,
I?
she makes good wings. I mean, sometimes she like just uses the freezer one that you buy in Costco or whatever.
not making them though. That's still making them.
I mean,
right?
what do you want her to like
No,
kill
I've
the
never
chicken
done that.
and make the wing?
She's calling you
I've
bluff
never
on that
done
one.
that. I've never used frozen ones.
Oh, really? All right. My bad.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the show, but then I want to get into some of the secret recipes, the 11 herbs and spices, if you will.
Never.
Never. Well, okay. We'll see. Maybe I can dance around it, but I do want to talk
If
food.
you give me your recipe, then maybe.
Deal. We'll do that. We'll
Okay.
do a little back and forth, all right?
Okay.
But let's start with the show. Where did this idea come from? Because I know you guys were on the food truck race together, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Was it something you thought of while you were doing that, or was it, you know what, I want Mom to try all these different foods, and this is a great way to do it?
Yeah, I mean, it's always been an idea of mine because my mother, she immigrated here from Sicily when she was 10 years old, and she's never been out of Staten Island. I mean, you have an
True.
Italian mom, and they don't leave. Like, they don't know anything else. Like, she's been to Italy more than she's been to, like, New York City, and she lives 15 minutes away. So, I'm sorry. I know you're standing right
No,
here.
but I went back to Italy 2 years ago after 42 years.
Good job. All right, anyway, so, yeah, it's okay. Don't interrupt. No, I'm kidding. So that's
Don't talk to your mother that way.
This is what our show is, honestly. She knows I'm the biggest ball breaker ever. So we've always had this like idea, you know, and everybody loves like a traveling food show where you go across the country and you see the best places ever. But this actually has a purpose. Like we're not some host. Like no offense to those guys, but we're not like some host going like this is the best spaghetti ever. You know, come on, stop interrupting.
We couldn't get spaghetti.
What? Yeah,
We couldn't get spaghetti.
on the road.
Couldn't find
We
it wherever
traveled
Yeah.
8 states. We couldn't get a dish of spaghetti.
You kidding me?
No. There's not a lot of Italians
In
other
the
places.
can. They sell it in
Oh,
the
well, no,
can.
that's not. You
but
can't. No. Nobody's eating that.
No. Yeah, but it was like a real purpose, and you know, we just wanted to document it And it has like the best of both worlds. You have like that comedic kind of feel.
Yeah.
Because she's never, she doesn't know how to use the GPS system. She doesn't know what Siri does on the phone.
I don't need to. It's
So
not
you
necessary.
can imagine a road trip with your mom, how fun that, painful that must be,
Well, I enjoyed even in just the promo, the paper map, like holding it out. Like you
Yeah.
guys, you're on an adventure. I don't think you could really have an adventure without a paper map. And you don't, you don't.
I didn't know they
even-
still made paper maps.
I don't know where. You
They
gotta
do.
look, but you
Any
can find
gas
them.
station will have a paper map.
There you go. That's
There
a
you go,
mom
guys.
tip.
A little tip.
If your
for you.
phone ever dies,
Yeah,
any
if your
gas
phone
station will
dies,
have there you go.
Right? Or the system goes down or whatever.
All
system.
viable things.
Nuclear war.
Yeah.
Use paper
Let's
maps.
not. We don't
Never
joke
know.
about that.
Yeah, yeah.
But what I wanted to ask was the decisions in cuisine. Like you guys, you go from 0 to 60. Like you talk about how you've never really gone out and tried these things over these years. And then in like the first or second episode, I saw you were eating like bug tacos or something.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, did you know? Yeah, I could see from your reaction that wasn't your proudest moment.
I
but you
didn't
did
know
it.
I was going there. It was
That
a
was the
surprise.
question. Yeah, so
It
they
was a
surprised you with that.
surprise.
But you still went through with it. You're a trooper.
I did.
How
I
was
did.
it? Describe it for us.
How was it?
I don't want to make you relive
It was
that moment.
scary. Yeah, it was. I never thought in my whole life that
I think she
would.
blacked out at that moment.
Yeah,
She doesn't
I-
recall.
Well, it always feels like to me that's one of those things that's way grosser on paper, but once you start doing it, you just get to the other side. But was it in the moment? Could you mentally get past the fact that you were eating bugs?
I did. I had to,
yeah.
but Vinny surprised me because Vinny was
Adventurous.
he went from spaghetti to worms.
Well, we did this one episode where it's actually insects are a very sustainable form of protein. Like 80% of the world eats them. So in San Francisco, they're very into nature and stuff. So they're trying to bring it back and make it like a very sustainable form of protein. So I'll try anything, but I was eating them one at a time, and actually it was like cricket larvae or something, and they taste like seeds, kinda. So it's not that bad. But when I put them all in a taco and had them all in my mouth, and I was like feeling worms in my mouth, that's when I actually jerked for the first time. I was like, God.
That was when you were almost done.
Yeah, I listen. I didn't want to like take a little
How
bite
did you
like
do
you
that?
and fake it. I actually ate it.
Was
think I did
She does this
pretty
thing where
good.
she like takes the corner of the food and like doesn't even eat it, and then says she eats it.
you call her out in the moment on camera?
Oh yeah, oh
You
yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
The hardest part is that coming from like reality shows like Jersey Shore and stuff,
Yeah.
I'm used to the producers keeping things secrets from me.
Right.
And I had to kind of be the producer with this one and keep her in the dark.
Yeah, it's like stay in the car. I'll be right back.
But it was all
no idea.
many
we couldn't
times
make the
did you hear
show
that?
if she knew about it. you
Right,
know?
right. But at the end of the day, you've done all these crazy things. Do you have any regrets for it? I mean, you ate a bug taco.
I
but
have
you survived.
no.
You lived
I have
to tell
no
the tale.
regrets. I don't think about the taco. The taco is. It's over. It's in the
Yeah,
past.
it's in the past. Well, I apologize for bringing that.
So it's
Yeah,
okay.
that's
So
on me. That's my bad.
Yeah, but Vinny brings it up at home sometimes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't regret. I had a great time.
Yeah, well, you
really
can
did.
tell. You guys
Yeah.
are clearly
Whenever
having
you're
a lot
making
of fun.
TV,
Yeah.
if it's hard, the harder it is, the better the show is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever do something, you're like, oh, that was nothing, then it's probably not going to be that entertaining.
Right, you need some kind of
You
conflict.
need to hate
Yeah.
it in the moment, and then
You need
love,
to
and then
surprise
you
your
like
mother
it
at
later.
the last minute.
Like what I was telling, it was a big thing. We went to a bee farm, and we had to dress in beekeeper outfits.
That's my personal nightmare.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I
it was like a
We had a
serious
medic
thing.
there.
Did you?
We had a medic. We had EpiPens. We had the whole
'cause
thing.
I have some allergies, so they didn't know.
Do you
but
know?
I went
are you
in.
allergic?
I,
Do you know if you're allergic?
She's
I
not allergic.
didn't
She's
know.
lying. She just didn't want to do it.
They asked me. No, they asked me, and I didn't know. I even called Nonna. I called my mom, and I said, "Was I ever bitten by a bee?" She said, "I don't really remember."
I think by now you'd know if you're allergic to bees because if
What
you
if
ever
I've
got
never
stung by
gotten
one,
bit? Yeah, but I don't remember.
you got stung by a bee at some point in your life.
How do you know?
All right, you did. Everyone here
got
probably
you
knows
there,
if
man.
they're allergic to bees by now.
Well, I mean,
They're not 6.
to be fair, wouldn't there be some kind of medical
That was
record?
good. That was good.
I didn't know.
Thank you. Thank you.
He didn't even know he did it.
I thought it would just slide by. But wouldn't there be some kind of medical? I mean, like you got to take.
I don't know. They're born in Sicily. I don't think they take records there.
Yeah, I don't think.
They
They don't
write
even
it
remember
down.
when I
Not a
was
bee stick,
born.
no.
Yeah,
Not a bee
the
stick,
date. They
stop.
got the date wrong.
Yeah.
Different
Anyway.
kind of paperwork over
She
there.
doesn't know her birthday.
Yeah. For real?
I swear to God, she doesn't. She has.
No, that's a mom trick, man. Let's just say you can't celebrate it and tell her it's her birthday, and like
only a
that's all it
day.
is.
No, no.
No,
She-
it's a day.
She doesn't
You
know. It's either one
you're
day or
born
the
in
other.
the
Say it's a
house.
day?
You know, we're in a small town. We're all born in the house.
Right.
So whenever they can get into town and record your date, that's when they would do it.
Okay.
So like, thank God with me, they went there the day after. So
Yeah, so if a guy
But I
shows
still
up
don't
3
know
days
if it's
later,
like-
that's when you were born.
right,
gotta
right,
take his word
exactly.
for it. Actually, let's go into that for a second. So you came over when you were 10, right?
I was 9.
She doesn't
turning
know.
10.
The guy didn't tell her.
I was 9. August 15th, 1969.
That's incredible. What can you remember about that journey and about that trip over and what it was like for you as a kid back then?
I don't remember too much about it. I remember that because we didn't have money, but my mom had bought me a little white pocketbook, a little vinyl one. I remember that we lost it on the plane.
Really?
That I
Very
remember.
uneventful. It was a plane,
My
not a
first
boat.
little pocketbook, and I lost it on the plane.
Yeah, but she remembers it to this day.
I remember
Eventful
that.
to us, maybe, but
Yeah.
that leaves a
I
lasting
remember
But wouldn't it
that.
be so much greater if she's like, we took the
I was
boat, we landed at the
devastated.
Statue of Liberty. She's like,
No,
we
but
landed at
till
Newark
today.
Airport.
No, till today I think about it, and I was devastated.
Yeah.
It's very sad. If anyone knows what that white pocketbook is,
Yeah,
let
if
us
anyone
know.
happens to have an
the little
antique tiny white change purse.
pocketbooks. Oh, the little. Like,
I'm sorry.
Let's see. All right, we've got a couple of minutes left before we get to audience questions. So I want to see. I know I'm not going to get any of the big secrets, but I do want to talk about some of those home recipes, some of your favorite dishes, some of the things that you look forward to the most when you guys had a Sunday coming up. What's one of your favorite dishes that she makes?
Well, if you like from an Italian family, I have a bunch of like a lot of aunts and my grandmother, and they all battle over who makes what.
yeah,
the
how
best.
was the sauce yesterday?
So like whatever my aunt's sauce was.
How
and
was it?
It was good. It was my aunt's sauce. Mom, we're doing a live show. So anyway, she makes like the best baked ziti. Her baked ziti. I mean, everybody will say it. They give her the championship ring when it comes to the baked ziti. She spends all day doing it. It's delicious. And it's not really that like
Not that difficult.
contrary to popular belief, like we don't really cook that heavy.
Sicilians
Sicilians, like when you
don't
go to a
cook-
lot of these restaurants, it's like everything's loaded in cheese and sauce,
Creams.
and people think that's what Italian food is. Ours is like very simple, light sauce, just light seasoning.
You bring up a great debate across many of Italian households, and that is the sauce versus gravy controversy.
It's not a debate.
It's not a
to me.
debate. Is that
Nah.
you're going to drop the gauntlet? We're saying it's
not.
sauce definitively.
Gravy you put on your mashed potatoes, and you get it from KFC, and it's brown.
You want to know something that's crazy? We had,
Sauce is red, and it sounds like
well,
Italian.
first of all, you're wrong.
Sounds-
But second of all, what's interesting?
You say I'm wrong?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Who says?
No comment.
What's really interesting about that, though, we had Andrew Zimmern, Bizarre Foods. He was here recently, and he's been here a couple of times, and he brought up a while ago that this is not 100% confirmed, but what he believes is that back in the day, when they were putting something on their pasta, they would put sauce on their starch, and they were like, well, we put gravy on our starch, which is potato, so I guess this is their gravy, and that's kind of like the origin of it.
So
that
he's
he told.
admitting that it's the same stuff you get at
Well, it's the
KFC.
No,
It's
no,
the-
no,
he's
no.
Like, he's like, you put it on your
No.
potatoes.
He's
so it's
admitting
gravy.
connective tissue. It's a linguistic thing.
Now you're
Sorry.
just messing with me. I don't-
All right, fine. Let's retreat. Let's go back. Agree to disagree.
Yeah.
What we can agree on, it's delicious either way when made right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So you said baked ziti. Are you making your own pasta from scratch when you have the time? Do you ever do that?
When I have the time, I do, absolutely.
Yeah.
We actually, the one that we make, though, is time consuming. So, like literally like 8 to 10 hours to make it because
Yeah.
we roll them out one by
You
one.
gotta roll 'em all. It takes forever.
Yeah,
And when they're in the
so-
casino the night before, you
Yeah.
can't wake up at 3 in the morning.
You know something? The first time in my life that I found like a little hobby.
Gambling?
Gambling.
No, it's a little like hobby, like a little first time.
This
I'm
is like the true
57,
words of a
guys.
gambling addict right now. It's just a little hobby.
Did you guys go to Atlantic
my
City a lot when you were a
house
kid?
is in foreclosure.
No.
but-
No, you didn't go to Atlantic City a
no.
lot. You didn't?
Oh my, no!
I
I
don't
grew up
have
in Atlantic
time.
City.
I know.
Talk about this show. My vacation used to be like the Tropicana was like the
Once a
foreign
year.
exotic place to me. I was
'Cause
like,
I
oh
used
my
to
god!
No, because
and now I
we
grow
used
up
to
and I'm
get
like,
the rooms
this
for free.
crap hole is where I used to take me on vacation.
It's not the same, man.
We used to, if you play, they give you the rooms for free.
Come.
So I
So
couldn't
that's why
afford
she
to
does
take
it.
them
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So they used to give me
So
the
she
room
gambles for me.
for free.
Yeah. Just gambling for you to have. a
What
great
you
time.
do for your
should be
children,
grateful.
right?
Should be grateful.
Right? Yeah. What I did for you guys.
And speaking of the pasta thing, actually in the episode that just aired of Vinny and Ma, we learned how to do, it's like this ancient technique of Chinese noodle
Oh
pulling.
my God.
Oh, interesting.
And it's really amazing because they can make, they take all day to make it, they roll it out. This guy
Yeah, but
does this
it's
thing where
different.
he
It's-
folds the dough and then just
Yeah.
slams it on the, and it just turns into like fettuccine pasta. in like a second and then cooks it right before you. They make it fresh to order.
Yeah.
Chinese noodle Poland.
That
You
sounds
should all
incredible.
Google it.
Noodles.
Where'd you
Yeah,
go to do that?
noodles.
Where was that?
In Austin, Texas.
Austin.
Yeah.
All right, of course. They have amazing food.
Yeah, they have like a lot of strength. Like they're just cool and
Yeah,
trendy.
a lot of stuff going on over there.
Did
This
you
is-
figure out if Marco Polo brought the noodles here?
We
or-
couldn't figure that out. Who brought the? Well, I mean, I know, but she uses alternative facts. But I know that the Chinese brought the noodles to the Italians, but she doesn't want
Just
to.
a coincidence that Marco Polo was there first.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
She makes a solid argument, man. I'm just saying.
I
No,
do
she
not
doesn't.
know. It's a coincidence. It's a myth. I always tell you it's a
No, the
myth.
Chinese brought the noodles.
So we're gonna leave that one where it is for now.
Thank you.
Vinny Ma Eat America. First of all, when can people see this show right now? When?
It's on Tuesdays at 10 p.m. on the Cooking Channel.
Okay.
And these 3 weeks we're airing 2 episodes a week, so
Oh,
you
fun.
get like an hour of fun.
Yeah.
And it's a really good show, and like honestly, the biggest thing that I get is literally everyone's like, "That's my mom. That's my aunt." Like no matter what race, and like I didn't know how many people were.
I'm just not too
this-
crazy about when like 50-year-olds say to me, "You remind me of my grandmother." Yeah, you remind me of my great-grandmother.
I get that.
Well,
Thanks,
in spirit, right?
In spirit, I hope.
Ma, we'll
I
take
hope. I thought I took care of myself a little.
You look incredible.
We'll take the ratings, however they relate to it. We'll relate to
No
it.
problem.
I don't care if
Okay, I'll
it's.
shut up.
Are there any aspirations for Vinny and Ma Eat the World? You guys gonna go global? Go to Europe?
I think so. I mean, she's not like honestly,
I
this
went
is.
back to Italy.
Yeah.
But now you got to go to China
I did.
to get the real Chinese. Imagine that. Oh my God, I can't imagine that.
Incredible.
That's too far, Vinny.
It'd be incredible for you. For me, it would be painful.
Who's gonna clean my house? It's too far.
That's just television. That's just good television. Well, we've all got to watch, right? We're all gonna watch because we want to see you guys go to
Thank
China.
you,
That's
please.
what- so we're gonna send you.
I'm glad we got to meet her in
Yeah,
person.
no, it's an absolute pleasure to
Thank
have
you,
have you here
likewise.
for
Thank
sure. And
you.
Vinny, it's nice that you're here
Thank
too.
you, thank you.
Let's
I don't care.
you're doing great. You guys are doing great. Let's go ahead and turn it over to the audience and take some questions. What do you guys got? First one right over here.
Hey guys.
right.
So I was wondering what you guys think about some of the Italian restaurants in New York City. Have you tried them, and do you feel that they're authentic, especially the high-end ones?
Good question.
Well, actually, Saturday night, a friend of mine had a birthday, and we went to an Italian restaurant, and I ordered something, and then I didn't know what to order because it was like a fancy, So I had the angel hair with the puttanesca, and I had 2 forkfuls, and my friend said, and Pete said, "You could stop eating because nothing compares to yours, right? You just shouldn't go out." That's how
Yeah,
it ended.
Italians don't eat in restaurants. I have. I like. I'll give a shout out. I mean, I don't care. Il Mulino. It's like a good Italian. But I like it not just because of the food. It makes me feel at home because they bring out
Salami, the cheese.
they bring out a bunch of like plates before you even order. So like they make you feel home. But honestly, like you can't. I mean, I'm sure other ethnicities agree. Like you can't get the real thing from another place.
Yeah.
No matter what, there's just something. There is sort of this intangible thing about the quality of homemade food, and also you've grown up with it. It's just you're inclined to enjoy it more, and there's just so much going on there. Great question. Next one. What do we got? Right here.
Hi, I wanted to know what was the transition like coming from a show like Jersey Shore to like writing books and a show like this, and I also want to know what was some of the favorite foods that you two have tried.
Good questions. So the transition, I mean, for me, I'm not really a good like reality star on those like crazy like Jersey Shore type shows. I was always like the quietest kind of one, and
You were always the tame one. Really.
yeah. So it doesn't make me like really that entertaining, but doing other things like where I actually use my mind and stuff like that, that's what I love to do. So I'm glad that this is one of the shows. I hope to do many more and other things that kind of just reintroduces me to the world. I was 21 when I did that show, and I'm 29 now. So I'm a lot older and mature, and this is a great show to kind of introduce my, I'm the smart Vinny.
Your smart self. Yourself, really.
to the world, yeah. And then what was just a second? What was our favorite food?
Yeah.
Well, I love Denver because I like eating. Sorry for any like vegans or anything, but I like eating like fresh exotic game, like that. And in Denver, it's like a very big hunting community, and you're eating like buffalo and you're eating elk, and it's just so
Venison? You do-
venison,
yeah, all that
yeah,
stuff,
and
yeah.
it's just so fresh, and like you can tell that
Yeah.
they made it there. So that was actually one of my favorite foods. And I mean, obviously, I had like the gluttonous, delicious foods. Like we had
Say it.
We had burgers on donuts. And in Austin, they make
So good.
They make the buns
was
like
so good.
donuts. It's amazing, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
eat that every day.
you couldn't.
What was your favorite food?
Probably that burger.
There you go.
on
Yeah,
the-
that sounds like a
yeah.
crowd pleaser.
I wasn't too fond of the feet, the chicken feet.
Oh yeah, we had chicken feet when we had dim sum, so
Gotcha.
that wasn't
Not a fan.
not a
Not
fan.
going back
No,
to the chicken.
Me neither.
No. They say they're very healthy, though. They have a lot of estrogen.
I don't think that's the word you're looking for.
Yeah,
You sure?
estrogen.
Isn't that something? Never mind.
Oh, the lady that does the nails told
Please
me.
stop talking.
Because they're Chinese, and I
Stop
said,
talking.
We're gonna
Stop
pivot.
talking.
We're gonna
Stop talking.
we're gonna pivot from the estrogen
Stop
feet
talking.
for a second.
Thank you. Next question.
Yeah, I saw you, before we go to the next audience question,
Yes?
just talking about other projects that you've worked on. I
Yeah.
saw you hosted a couple of things over at Gotham. You do a lot of
Yeah.
stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Is that something you're actively pursuing on the side? You're very passionate about? Can we expect a lot more comedy out of you? Did you try it?
Well, actually, since I started on Jersey Shore, I do something called improv, where, I don't know if you know what improv is, but I study at UCB in the city, and I've been doing that for like 6 years. And then I just started interested in comedy because of the improv, And I just think it's hard for me because when I go to comedy clubs, everyone like expects me to be funny, because
You are
like
funny, though.
yeah, it's different. It's like a different kind of funny.
What's different?
Stop! I'm answering. So I go up there and they're like, oh, there's a big guest here today. How is he going to make me laugh? But I realize the art of stand-up. It takes like 20 years to even get comfortable in your own skin up there. So it's a little tricky for me, But I would love to continue doing it low key, drop into clubs, and then if I'm ever really good at it, then I'll start to promote it more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's why I was curious about it, because you're definitely at a disadvantage. You have this like reputation that precedes you from being on the show, regardless of what character you were on that show.
Yeah.
People form their own opinion, even if they've never seen
you're
you.
famous. They like
Yeah.
make me laugh. You're a
Exactly.
big
So,
name. But
stand
it
up,
could work out to your advantage though, because when you go up there, they don't want you to fail. Right? Well, they do want you to. They either want you to fail or succeed. You have like 5 seconds to make them to make that decision. So I've done an okay job with that being said. Of just like kind of comedy.
Don't worry about what
Mine.
people say. Just do what you want to do.
There you go.
Yeah, I love your mom.
Right? Don't worry about what people say.
Thank you.
We've got
Everyone's
time
mom.
for a few more questions. What do we got? Over here.
Hi, thank you for being here. Did the show impact your grocery shopping habits afterwards?
I have
good question. I don't
not
know.
good grocery shopping habits. I overdo it. I don't like to go to the mall. I don't like to buy clothes. I don't like to, but I do grocery shopping like 4 times a week. I love the grocery store.
Yeah. Not only was
Yeah.
our
All
house
my
always
money,
filled.
all my money is in the grocery store. Is in ShopRite.
There you go.
To follow up on that, though, I know going into the show, and we see in the little teaser there that you specialize, if you will, in Italian cuisine. But were you inspired at all after trying all those other foods to try other cuisines or cook
No.
other? No.
During the show, we're like, oh, she's like, I like sushi. When you get sushi, I'm gonna have a little bit. Nothing happened.
No, I did try it though.
Yeah.
It's not necessary, Like,
Sushi
What does
is
that
not
mean? She should put that on a
I
shirt.
mean-
Sushi is not necessary. Makes no sense.
yeah, no,
What is
yeah.
necessary then?
Spaghetti with garlic and oil.
I can't argue.
It's a fact.
Broccoli rabe,
That's
sausage.
a fact. That's not a myth.
All right. Beautiful. I think we have time for one more question, and believe it's you.
Hi, I think it's collagen, not estrogen, but I'm not sure
Thank
because
you.
of the
Yes.
chicken.
Thank
you so much.
That sounds about right.
It has a gin in it, so
you
that's
were
good.
close.
So that's
Yeah.
perfect.
But I was
especially-
close, right?
Yeah.
Because
You
I
were
spoke to
absolutely
the
right.
lady that no.
Why'd you bring it
I
up
said
again?
they feed
Why'd
it.
you bring it up again?
Take that mic away.
we
No,
Take the mic away.
I
We
said
went
to the
so
woman,
far.
why do you give
We
it to the
went so-
babies? And she said it has a lot of
Collagen.
collagen.
Thank you. Yeah.
Collagen. Yeah, don't worry about what your son says to you.
Thank you so much. I don't.
Change the
Thank
subject,
you.
Don't-
ma'am.
Yeah, so I have a question for you. After growing up in a very small arena in Staten Island, what do you think you've come away from this with about just basically human beings in general?
Wow, that's a great question.
I have met many kind people, but I've always been. I think I'm a pretty kind person, right? I'm friendly. I'm a friendly person, so I've
What do you
never
think about all the
really had-
people in these states that you never
Very
visited?
nice people. I didn't
Yeah.
have any. People are people, no matter where you go. We're all made up the same. I always tell my kids.
And whenever we left
We're
the
all the
business,
same.
like we looked at each other and we were like, wow, like, I mean, I don't know if it was because of the cooking channel or whatever, but like the owners, like they like were welcoming. We
Yeah.
went to a lot of family places.
Yes.
So they welcomed us like they laid out the red
But it's
carpet.
all the same. You meet a mother and a son, and you relate. You meet a mother and a daughter, the father and the daughter.
And the amount that we have in common,
family.
like we went to one episode, we went to eat Kurdish food.
Yes.
And
Oh, my
like
God.
it smelled like my grandmother's house, like
Yeah.
the bread that they were that they were baking.
Yeah.
They used the same flour. When she was doing the Chinese noodle pulling, they were both like
flour,
food literally
yeah.
is the connection that unites all people.
Absolutely.
Because like they're literally sharing the same thing, and I do this, and I'm like, how would she get along so well with this guy that doesn't speak English? It's amazing.
Because you just have that connection.
Yeah, it
you know?
transcends language.
Yes,
Yes.
It goes
absolutely.
beyond that.
I like
And-
that, transcends language.
You can take it.
See, I
After the
learn.
sushi shirt, you make that one. Guys, thank you so much. I have to let you go, unfortunately, but the show, it's incredible for all the reasons we said, right? It's tons of fun. It shows all these connections we have as people, and it's just a great show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, guys. One more time, make some noise for
Thank
Vinny
you
and
so
Ma,
much. Appreciate it.
Paola and Vinny Guadagnino.
Thank you. Clap it off.